going to have a few friends do a little book release party for me. I knew that this was the perfect place to do it here in Oxford with all my friends and my parents' friends. I really appreciate everybody being here. But when I saw John's bar, I knew that I had really found the perfect place to give my talk. This is where I'm most comfortable. Some of y'all that know me back from high school probably would have seen me back behind the Southern Baptist pulpit, but either way, it worked.
Didn't have a call.
I want to thank everybody for being here, and before everybody, I know everyone has a different schedule, so I'm going to take just a few minutes to do a little visit, a little talk, and read just a few parts of the book. And then I'm going to have a seat, and we're going to have Howard Morgan's going to collect the money, which, you know, he'll probably take about 20% take if I know how it right. But I will actually do personal signed autograph copies for whoever you tell me to sign it to. And if I look at you like a deer in the headlights, it's just because I'm getting old. It's not that you are, okay? The first question I get is, why did you write a book? And I can only say that I wrote a book because I'm one of 2.4 million people in Mississippi that just seems to have a knack for telling stories. It's amazing to think how many Mississippians have done well in literature and the arts, and I have no idea how well this book will be received. It's really, quite frankly, up to all of y'all to spread the word. But I knew when I went with my wife to see one of my favorite professors, Colby Coleman, to make sure that we were on the right track. I asked Colby if he would read my unedited manuscript. So he invited us over to his house, and you know, Ginger was one of his best students, and I wasn't. And he squinted his eyes and looked at me and he said, so Quentin, tell me, when did you become interested in literature? So after he read it, and he offered to write the foreword and wrote such a kind foreword, which is in this book, I knew that I was on the right track. And then we had other people vet the book. Of course, I hired the Frasconia Courtney Law Firm, and Mike Frasconia is a strong entertainment lawyer in this state, and he had his team of editors look at it and help me clean it up, make sure it was right, and make sure the direction was right. And then Warwick Sabin of the Oxford American, and Phil Hardwick, who's a local author, and Marty Wiseman at the Stennis Institute. A Mississippi State guy, I might add. He even approved of my Rebel book. But I wrote the book because, for me, there is so much good in Mississippi, and Mississippi really serves as a microcosm of the South. And even greater than that, we have the ability to appreciate issues of tolerance and race relations because we all have grown up in a place that has been just trounced in reputation, and yet has risen to incredible heights. And I'm proud of my state, and I'm proud of what it's done, and I think this, you will find, is probably the first book that in order to achieve the end result of saying, hey, improving race relations in the South is a great thing, didn't do it by kicking Mississippi all the way through. Instead, it's to be cherished, it's to be loved, and it's comical all the way through. I hope you enjoy it. I know that if you don't laugh out loud several times, then I have not done my job. But at the end of the day, there is redemption for our characters here in the book. The main character is a girl named Anna Nemus, and Anna being anonymous, you might recognize, anonymous. I started off saying, a lot of people are going to say, I know that person, So I made sure she was anonymous. But Anna she's a fish out of water. She's not from here. She has feminist, liberal leanings, and she finds herself in Oxford, Mississippi, and she wants to be the editor of the campus newspaper, which we all know here locally is the Daily Mississippian. That's her aspiration, that's her goal. And she gets a chance to write about the historic nature of the debate between Barack Obama and John McCain, which of course we all lived right here, and we saw Oxford's and the university's most finest moment. And quite frankly, I was moved just to be here and to be a part of that process. And when I was here, I knew I had my debate, but she's sitting around with her sorority sisters. Now, people are going to ask me, now, why did you choose the Tri-Delts? Well, my mother was a Tri-Delt, so I knew they couldn't be too mad at me. And then there's 3 of them, so, they made the deltas. And then there's one time when Lindsay thinks that she might be, Tri-Delt, the lone Tri-Delt, because Tri-Delta everybody else has. But there's redemption for her too, so don't worry. And it's written PG-13, so we'll let the movie guys do what they want to after that. But anyway, she declares this on the influence of her sorority sisters, this debate, to be a historic bore. And if any of you have experienced what I've experienced being a student of government and being a student leader at Ole Miss when I was here, you know that administrators and different groups don't take those kind of things very lightly, and they don't really appreciate it. And so I had a lot of fun inventing a number of groups that explain to Anna the waywardness of her ways. And so the rest of the book develops as she scrambles to write a clarification piece. And the clarification comes in the early parts of the 3rd section, but then the story takes a twist that I don't even know how my imagination came up with, but I think you'll enjoy and have a good time with it.